right, good morning. I'm watching GTC here. Went on a pretty nice run. It's consolidating now. So I'm looking for maybe a possible entry if it looks like it's gonna break out some more. Let's see. 490. So $5 and 490 should be pretty good support. I hate when Thinkorswim does this. I sit there and made my watch list, and then it deletes it when 5 minutes later, and I gotta redo it. I think AHT was on that watch list though. Let me see. Let me draw this downtrend line on the 1 minute a little bit more clearer. So you can see it's kind of making this triangle. I don't really want to get in. I would have rather got in closer to the 9, but right there, that 490, 480 area would have been real nice. Getting in up here is a little high. It looks like it may start breaking out here in a second. We're testing that downtrend line right now. Ooh, and you can see a pullback there right below the downtrend line. Man, I don't really want to get in this high, but it's looking like it might try to break here soon. Yeah, this looks like it's about to break. Ooh, quick pullback there out of nowhere. Whew. Boy, that candle got smashed down quick. That's why I didn't want to get in that high. That's why I was hesitant to try to get in right there past that 550 area for the fact that it very easily could have been a fake out breakout, and then have a dump like that. I'd rather be closer to support. And now I'm a little cautious about getting in this after that big of a sell-off. See how this 5-minute candle closes here. We got about 30 seconds. $5 should be pretty strong support. I think I'm about to go. Really debating it here. Kind of wanted to get it closer to the 9, but I think I kind of hesitated a little bit. Okay, I'm going. It's a big buyer that just came in at 538. So I got filled at 540, so I am in a little high. I'm only going 50 shares. But it looks to me like it's going to start breaking out of this triangle. You can see buyers right there coming in right, but let's see, he's starting to get taken out. Ooh, so this is going to be sketchy. It's going to be sketchy. I should have waited. Saw a big buyer come in, and that's why I went ahead and jumped in, but still might have been too premature. But I do like this consolidation we've had so far, and we're kind of close to the 9, so. We still got pretty good volume. The last 5-minute candle was 5 million. So we'll see here. If this breaks out, it'll be good to go. If it doesn't break out here real soon, then it's going to crack down. So we got 2.5 minutes on this 5-minute candle. I do not want this 5-minute candle to turn red. If it turns red, then this could get really, really sketchy. It needs to close green, and preferably above 527, above the bottom of, or the top of that body of this prior 5-minute candle. It's a little sketchy because the stock's already up 124%. This run right here. Ooh, did that? Thought I just saw the bid drop to 491. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me because it didn't. The candle actually didn't. Yeah, see, there's like a little quick. It's a little scary because we did see this big red candle where it dropped real hard, so it can drop. See, there's some big buyers sitting at 515 trying to hold this up. We've got 20 seconds. This candle is probably going to close red, so that is pretty sketchy. We won't. 515 people need to stay in there. I don't know. It may close green. It's going to right here. It did close green, just barely. So I don't know. I mean, this is a pretty solid consolidation triangle, but it needs to break here soon. Needs to pop out of this triangle real soon. Because if it doesn't, then it's going to drop down. It's going to kind of make that bent fishing rod that I always talk about. This is why I was concerned about the entry of where I was going to get in at. Should have been a little bit more patient. I'd have much rather been in down here like this 515 area than where I got in at. But it did look like it was going to start popping for a second. At this point, we really want that 515 support to hold. Ooh, and that just cracked. This is getting real sketchy. If 5 doesn't hold, oof. Need to see us bounce right back above 5 right now. This 5 should be really strong support, and buyers should not be letting it get any lower than that. Like that $5 $4.90 area should be very, very strong support. And see, there's a quick bounce off of that 9 EMA. As soon as it came down and touched, got bought right up. That's what we want to see. But now at this point, we do not want to see it go back down that way. This needs to break out real soon. The next couple of minutes. And we may start to get it. Testing that 550 area. We know that's some resistance because the bottom, actually that's 560. 550 is going to act as natural support or natural resistance, but 560 is definitely some resistance at the tops of these two candles. So that was a pretty good bounce off of the 9. Still a little sketchy here at the moment, but 540 is trying to hold up as some support. I think if we break over 560, this thing's gonna go. That's kind of seems to be the most struggle area where most of the sellers are sitting, because you see it's been pushed down every single time below 560. So that 560 is going to be tough for sure. And then probably 6, but if it breaks through 560 and then 6, I mean, it may get up to 7. See, the triangles, I guess the triangle is a little bit more like this. Yeah, there you go. There's the triangle. Oh, and we just broke through 560, pushed through here. Let's see if this gets going. Need big volume push here. Bam, bam. Whoa. Whoa, look at this rip. Nasty, nasty rip out of nowhere. Nasty, nasty rip. And we're getting halted. We are getting halted. Or maybe, are we getting halted? It looks like it's getting halted. Maybe it didn't get halted. Woo! This thing is just going insane. Getting hung up at 650 here. Just trying to push through that 650. There it goes. Is this going to get nasty? Is this going to get real crazy and rip to 7 maybe? Oh! All the way up to 7. Nasty, nasty, nasty rip. And I'm probably going to lock it in here in a second. Just a nasty rip out of nowhere. I'm trying to give it a chance to see if it might try to break over 7 here, as this volume is increasing. We're getting a little bit of a pullback here, a little bit of selling, but if buyers keep holding this up over 650, we may get this rip over 7. We don't want it to drop below 650. If it starts dropping below 650, I'm probably going to get out. But I want to give it a chance to see, because the volume, when it just did crack below 650, so yeah. $650 still trying to hold though. 730. 730 is the high of the year. So if it does hold up here and start to break over 7, that's probably where I'll lock it in at if I hold it that long, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hold it that long or not. It's getting a little sketchy in this area. Not being able to hold 650. Well, it's still holding 650. It's keeping me in here by the skin of my teeth. I'm ready to lock out. I'm fine with this $50 win. But it keeps acting like it doesn't want to drop yet, and like it may. Every time I'm about to pull the trigger, it hops back over 650. See, this 5-minute candle's fixing to close. Let's see how we look on this next one. Ooh, that could be a double top forming there, so I may lock it out. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a double top forming. I may should have went ahead and locked it out when I was saying lock it out, but this looks like it very well could be a double top. I'm trying to see if it's going to pop back above 650 here. Buyers are pushing it back up though. 650 still trying to hold us some support. This thing just it's keeping me in. I'm like ready to jump out of this, but then it keeps popping right back up. And that makes me think it's not done. See, we're pushing back up to that 670 again, trying to. There's a lot of selling pressure in this area, but I mean, this did just rip from $5.50 all the way up to $7, so there's definitely going to be some sellers, people locking in profits. But if buyers are still in here, it could get interesting. Could always lock out part of it. You know what? I think I may lock out part of it just to be. Just to be safe. Actually, I may lock it all out here. Well, I'll pop back above 650 again. This is what it's doing to me. Every time I'm thinking about getting out, it starts having, or it looks like I'm going to get out, it starts having these dips, and then it pushes right back up. That's the only thing that's keeping me in this so far, instead of just locking out this profit. Got this little flag formed. Let's see where this 1 minute candle goes. If this 1 minute candle starts pushing up, then I'm going to hold it. If this 1 minute candle starts pushing down, then I'm going to jump out. I'm going to lock this profit out. And it's starting to push down, so give it half a second to see if it's going to push back above 550 one more time. Or 650, I'm sorry, I said 550. It did just pop right back, and there we are, back above 650 again. So see, it just keeps doing that, and it's keeping me in here. Buyers are trying to hold this above 650, and if they keep doing that, we're gonna have another rip here soon. because these sellers are going to give up. All the selling's going to get taken out. This could go either way right now. This really could. This triangle is getting to a point though. It's gonna do one or the other here real soon. It's gonna drop hard or it's gonna pop hard. I'm sorry guys, I know y'all are typing in the chat there, but I'm trying to keep my eyes on this. At the moment, you can see we're starting to pop a little bit. We might get a big rip here. It's like kind of building up to that 7 area. See, we got 7 minutes on this candle to close. If it closes above 650, oh, and now we're all the way back down. Ooh, boy, this is sketchy. Oh man, all the way back down under 6. So it started looking like it was gonna pop, and then it just had a big sell-off here. So you can see how that triangle broke down there. Little last minute drop on that. So we're now in this kind of selling off downtrend at the moment. The 9 is at 569. Trying to give us a yeah, I probably shouldn't I probably should just locked it in when it was up there, or at least locked in part of it. But it got me a little bit on that little push up where it looked like it was getting ready to break out. Got me with the trickery. So 6 is trying to hold up as support. Try if it gives us a chance. I mean, it looks like it's going to bounce off the 9 here a little bit, so it's on $6 and 9. The 90 may hold up. You just see buying volume start to come back in it though after this little sell-off. This is what we want to see. We want to see these. We want to see several different green candles on the 1 minute back up to this downtrend line. $6.15 acting as some resistance though. This may be done. This may be done. That might have been the whole rip up to 7. So it looks like we're about to probably pull back down to the 9, all the way down to 560. Buyers aren't really coming in at the moment like they were. That drop right there, that probably scared a lot of buyers, where it shot up real quick and looked like it was gonna rip, and then it came right back down. I'm sure some buyers got destroyed there. This is what, let's see, it's up 140%, so up pretty high. So shorters might be in control of this now. We'll see here if the 9 holds up. If the 9 doesn't hold up, then it's probably curtains for this stock for now. This is what I don't like doing. I got greedy and should have just locked it in up there. I'd already be done with this trade with a nice little profit. But I kind of got greedy in that, and now I'm in the situation where I'm sitting there holding to watch the price action to see if it's gonna try to go on another move or not. And instead of having a nice profit right now, I'm risking the little profit that I do have to potentially take a loss. So that's why I just do not like being in that type of position. But I put myself there, so I got to deal with it now. It just looks like if this 9 can't hold up, it'll be a big drop. I'm just not seeing a ton of buying volume coming back in yet. Needs to start getting back over 6 soon. We don't want it testing this 9 EMA for very long. There's a big buyer sitting at 585. He's slowly getting taken out. I don't like that. Oh, he got taken out. Yeah, this is getting real sketchy looking here. Really testing this 9 EMA support. Damn, Daniel B, down $1,000 today. So this needs to get back over 6. I'll feel better about it if it gets back over 6 and starts holding $6 as support. If it can't get over 6, then it's probably going to sell off pretty hard. These little green buying candles, man, buyers are getting slammed right now. I mean, this is... So this is close to this 5-minute candle either being a doji and it reversing and starting to go back up, or this is going to be a big drop candle. There's a minute here for it to decide. what it's going to do. I don't see much buying coming in at the second. We need enough buying to make it doji. And if you're new and you don't know what doji means, it's just a name for a candle where it's real smashed together, and usually they're white. And usually dojis lead to trend reversals, which in this case we had the sell off. So if it dojis here, we then should theoretically get a move back up. Doesn't always work, but that is usually what a doji means. But it's not a doji yet. It's about to close. So there, it closed as a doji. So let's see if it starts moving up. If it starts moving down, then it's just going to sell off. You can't get greedy. When you got a decent profit, you just got to lock it in. Yeah, that is a dojo. There's a difference between a doji and a dojo. So no matter what, we want this candle to turn green. We really want it to get back over 6. We got 4 minutes for it to happen. If this candle does not close green, then it's going to turn into a bloodbath most likely. Preferably, we'd like to see it close over $6, but I don't know if it's going to do that. And you see, you can almost feel the selling pressure the shorters trying to make this break this 9 EMA and sell off. It makes me a little nervous. $580 starting to act as resistance. That needs to break down fast. This cannot be being held under $580. We need to be up at 6, testing 6 right now, not here sitting at 580, testing 580 resistance. See, still getting hung up at 580. I do not like that. This needs to start moving up now. Got 2.5 minutes for this candle to close, and if it doesn't, if buyers don't start coming in and pushing this up towards 6, then this is probably going to crack. $575 is trying to hold us support. But see, that's right where the 9 is. We're testing that 9. Big buyer just came in at 286. And now we're pushing back up to the 6 here. Let's see if we can get back above 6. If this candle closes above 6, we'll be alright. Just pushing above, but like I said, it's got to close, and it's got 2 minutes to do it. And we saw on this one candle where it almost pushed, it almost pushed back to 7, and then right at the last second it dropped. So it's got to close over 6. You see coming right up to the downtrend right now at 615 it looks like. Big buyer coming in at 610. So we're starting to get buying back in here. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see those buyers getting taken out. Starting to pop up again. Now the question is this a little bounce or is this going to be a big rip? So if it's a little bounce, I can get out with this decent little profit now and be done with it. Because this just could have been a little sell-off, a little bounce, and then the big sell-off happens. Could be one or the other. See, this candle's fixing to close, testing at 615 support. It'd be nice if it closed over 615, but... And it might close over 615. Okay. So now we won't see buy and keep coming in and see this candle push up to that 650 area. Don't want this candle to pull back down to the 9. Want to slowly keep building up. We're getting kind of close to that 650 area. So it's trying to start holding 640 again in support. Buying coming back in here pretty decently. Seller's still trying to hold it down though. $640 acting as resistance still instead of support. What do we got? We got 4 minutes on this candle, so this could go either way. You can see a pullback down there to 6. This candle needs to hold over 6 and close over 6. If we drop back below 6, then we'll probably get, like I said, get that drop. I really want to be pushing up though. And 6 cracking there. 6 still trying to hold up. What we got? 2.5 minutes. So we redraw this downtrend line because we got rejected at 650. We actually do have another little triangle forming. Just like back here, we've got another little triangle. So actually we may bounce back and forth. Another triangle on the 5 minute. That last triangle led to this big pop from 550 all the way up to 7. So if we break here, if we break this triangle in that at that 650 area, may get a push over 7. But I don't want to be greedy either. I don't want to be greedy and think that's going to happen, and then it turns around on me and I end up not making any profit. No, just play it by ear here for the second, because we do have this triangle forming. So and the 9 is still pointing upwards as well. Six cracking. Even though we got the bottom of the triangle down here at 562, we really don't want it back down that low. No, the 9's at 582. Really want it to stay above 6. We got 30 seconds for that candle to close above 6. And it is going to be pretty close. Got 9 seconds, and it is going to be razor close. So we did close above 6. Testing 6 again. Support starting to build there, though. So we do have that support building. It's starting to push up. Let's see if it can get over at 650. If it can break over 650, I think it gets crazy. $635 is kind of where the top of the triangle is. So there will probably be some resistance in that area if it does keep pushing up. So I want to see it through 650. If it busts through 650, then I think we're off to the races. Again, with maybe another big green candle. $630 acting as a little resistance. We're like right at that, getting right at the downtrend line of the triangle. Really don't want to see it get rejected there, but it might. It might get rejected, come back down to the 9, and then the next 5-minute candle it might try to break, but I'd rather see it try to break right here. So really testing it right up to 640. See if enough buying volume comes in. Our buying volume on these 1 minutes have kind of started decreasing, so we need to see this one push up. Good big buying volume push through 640. You can see kind of getting rejected there. So we are starting to get a little volume push. Decent buyer tried to come in there at 629 but got taken out. That already removed his order quick. I don't know. Let's see, we got 2 minutes on this 5-minute candle. Pulling back down there a little bit. We got rejected at that 640, but it still looks like it's trying to test. Because it got rejected, pushed all the way back down to 610, but buyers came in and pushed it all the way right back up. But we need to keep testing that 640, 650 area. Got about a minute on this 5-minute candle. Definitely want this to close above 620 on the 5-minute. Some resistance at 630 right now. We're right on this downtrend line. Yeah, getting rejected. So we're getting rejected again. But we don't want to get rejected too hard. We want to keep seeing buyers come in and push the bottoms of these candles up. See 625 acting as a little resistance. Now we're through that, through 630. Back up to test this 640. You see, look at the tops of these candles all hitting right at 640. So maybe 640. Oh, and it just pushed through, and we're starting to get a little rip here, breaking through 650. Let's see if it starts to get crazy. See if we get a push back up to 7. Starting to break out of this triangle right now. $650 still holding up as resistance. Sellers trying to push this back down below that downtrend line. But we may start getting a little crazy here. Especially if 640 starts holding that support. 640 was at resistance. So we want to see it start holding that support. Lock half out. I know, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I should have locked half out earlier and I didn't. So I'm sitting here thinking about it right now. I'm trying to give it a chance to see. And we're pulling back down again. It's only got 50 shares, so if I lock half out, it's not going to leave a lot of shares left if it does start running. But I don't want to be greedy either. This is where day trading becomes tough when you start. You get in a position like this and you're trying to keep your emotions in check, but you're trying to question, where's the best price target? Should I hold a little bit longer? Should I lock half out? You start asking yourself all these questions and you're just like, I don't know. But I like the buy-in that's coming in, so I'm going to try to give it a chance before I try to lock half out. I want to see if it's going to test the 650 again, because I really do think if it breaks over 650 hard, it's going to rip. I mean, we're still climbing up the 9. We're not off the 9, so we've not really had a pretty strong rip yet. We got 3 minutes. I want to see this 5-minute volume bar stay green and push higher than in that previous volume bar. See volume start to build into this. See a lot of selling there at 650. That's what I'm saying. I think if it breaks that 650, it's going to get crazy. And it's testing it again. We keep testing it. I'd rather be testing resistance than testing support. So let's see what happens here. Get a bit of a spread going on there for a second. It was about an 8-cent spread. Looks like we're going to test 650 again here. No, 649 held us down. Got a minute and 20 seconds on this candle. We want this 5-minute candle to close over 640. Preferably over 650. If it can break over 650 in this last minute and then hold that, that would be really ideal. But as long as it can close over 640, I feel pretty good about it. We're pulling back again though. Going to push back above 640, and see we had, as soon as it dipped down, buyers come in and push it right back up. That's the one thing that keeps keeping me in the stock, is every time it looks like it's going to drop, buyers come in and push it up. It just shows me that Buyers are trying their best to keep control of this stock. But they will get tired if it doesn't break out soon here. Within the next 5 minutes, if we don't break over 650, the buyers will start to get tired. And the sellers will start winning the battles. So it looks like we did close over 640. So let's see if we test 650. Bam, right through. Here we go. All the way up through 650 and 670. We might get nasty here. We might get real nasty if buying volume starts flooding into this after that 650 break. Yeah, it's showing the frisk a little bit. It's getting a little frisky, and that's what I'm kind of still holding on here, because I was thinking about maybe now locking out half, but I think we're about to get real frisky. It's going to be the second test to 7 if it can get up to 7. It's like slowly climbing, building its way up to 7, so that could lead to a big breakout over 7. Like I said, though, I don't want to get greedy. Don't want to, even though it does have the potential here to break out big over 7, I don't want to be greedy. I want to be smart. If I start seeing any sign of weakness, I'm going to probably lock half out. I say probably. That'd be a good idea here, but let's see, 680 breaking through, so it looks like we might get this push to 7. I'm slowly building up for it here. See how frisky we get. I want to see if it's going to push to 7. Really thinking about locking out half here to 675 area, because it is getting held up. Oh, no, there it went, broke through it. Let's see if we get through 680. 680 is also holding up as some resistance. And that's starting to break a little bit. If it tests 680 one more time, I think it's going to break. Yep, there it goes, starting to break through 680. And we're all the way up to 7 here. Let's see if we're going to get the breakthrough 7. Yes, beautiful rip there. And I am going to lock half of it out here. So there's 30 shares out. I'm going to lock it out. And then I got 20 left. I'm going to see if we get a nice little rip. So patience paid off there. So all the way up to 740. Another triangle breakout on this stock. This is 2 triangles so far. Beautiful breaks. I'm going to see if 7 starts holding that support. With this last 20 shares, if 7 starts holding that support, it may keep running. So One Life was right. The frisk was definitely being shown here. GTEC getting real frisky. It's up 210%. I don't know how much more it can run. That's pretty high. That's a pretty big percentage runner. So you can see right here, we are starting to maybe flag a little bit. Possibly. See, the high of the day is at 740. It's pushing back up to that already. It may get real frisky. I don't know. Push back down there. So yeah, it may have to flag, may consolidate and flag a little bit here unless a lot of buying volume comes in. Oh, about to say, it kind of looks like we're getting another, maybe one of them double tops. It may pull back down again. So C7, if it doesn't hold up here, I'm just going to lock it the rest of the way out. Be an $84 win. I only got like 270 invested, so about a 20% gain. Seven trying to hold as support. See, the high of the year though was what, 730? Let's see. Yeah, 730. We did break and make a new high of the year. Seven is still trying to hold. I'm trying to hold this last 20 shares. I'm trying to give it a chance to see if it's gonna have another break. That it may be another pullback and consolidation and ride up the 9 and all that stuff. Maybe some of that again if it doesn't break out here soon. But it looks like it's getting a little. It's still showing like it's got a little friskiness left in it. Pushing back up to the 730 now. Break it. Oh, it almost broke over 730 there. That was the high of the year before, previous high of the year. Oh, and it's getting frisky again. Look at this. All the way up to 768. Quick little pullback there. $730 trying to hold as support. $725 trying to hold as support as well. Ooh, and it did what it did that one time. It did what it did back here where it was pushing up and then it all of a sudden just sold off really quick. 7 is testing that 7 support. So I'm probably going to lock this last 20 shares out here. So I think we're going to have a pullback. And I don't want to hold it any longer. I'm not going to be that greedy. Still trying to push above 7. Trying to hold 7 support. So we got about a minute and 15 on this 5-minute candle. If it holds over 7, it may not be done yet. So we got 45 seconds on this candle to close here, this 5-minute candle. It's still kind of pushing up. close above 7 and it's probably going to be good. Probably be good for another little run if it does that. 15 seconds. So good close. We actually closed over 715. If this starts pushing up again, this may get frisky again. See, this is one of those stocks, and this is why we're seeing these big drops and then buyers coming quick. I'm pretty sure that shorters are trying to win this battle, and they keep having to cover. And we're getting these big green candle rips because these shorters are having to cover their positions because they keep losing the battle. So if it looks like they're going to lose the battle again, you know, it very well easily could be another pop. But, man, this is so high up. At some point here, they're going to win this battle. Because people have been locking profits in all the way up through here. Buyers are going to have made their money and be done, and then the shorters are going to be like, all right. But the question is, when are the buyers going to be done? Up seven cracking there. And then getting pushed right back above 7. See, same thing. We're getting it. Getting those buyers. Let's see. Getting buyers still trying to hold this up. Really testing 7, but look there, buyers popping in at 7 again. Still trying to hold 7. Starting to strongly hold 7 too. You can see all those buyers sitting on the bid, and the sellers didn't even take any of them out. So let's see if they start taking them out here or not. Nope. Buyers are strong, holding up 7 support. Now buyers are starting to come in right above 7, not even letting it get down to 7. So this thing may still be live. It still may have some frisk yet. Lock half more. I only got 20 shares left. You know, so at this point, I mean, the majority of my profit is locked in. This last little 20 shares. You know, if it drops below 7, I'll make like $83, maybe 80. If it runs up to 8, then I might make a little bit over 100. So it's not a lot of money that I'm messing with on this last 20 shares. Thank you, Epic. Yeah, this thing ripped hard. I was a little skeptical because of how hard it had already ripped. But when you get these triangles, these perfect little triangle formations, and good strong volume, and you see this thing's just consolidating into a triangle, pop. Consolidating into a triangle, pop. And it looks like we may be doing it again for a third time here, possibly. But the key thing about it is reading that price action and seeing, you know, these key support areas that were resistance turn into new support because that'll show you that the buyers are taking or have control or taking control. Like we've seen here with $7, you know, it's kind of been testing 7, dropping below it a little bit, but buyers keep pushing up. And that's where we're getting that detail on the 1 minute. We see the buyers push it up, push it up, push it up. And then we start to see, you know, on these candles, these last 2 minute candles, 7 holding up completely. But this is up 200%. So at any time, the buyers could get done with it, because I'm about done with it. I'm about done holding this last 20 shares. I'm just trying to give it one last little chance here to see if it's going to get another rip out of this this little triangle we kind of got going. You can see there, you can draw the bottom of these candles there, and it's another little triangle. You see it on the 5 minute as well. But the stock had really good volume, really good PR. You know, they're offering an integrated electric drivetrain for electric forklifts. Apparently, people are excited about that. By the volume, you know, it's at 100 million in volume so far. Very low float stock. But apparently, electric drivetrains for forklifts is enough to get people excited in the stock market today. That's the thing, you never know. You never know. That's why you have to look at all the stocks with good press releases, because, you know, sometimes you get FDA approval and the stock will crash. And then sometimes you get electric drivetrains for forklifts and the stock rips. I mean, the EV stocks are kind of hot now, so I mean, I guess that's kind of, you know, why people got excited about this, maybe because it's electric, what do you call it? For electric forklifts? I don't know. It seems like electric forklifts already existed, though. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. All I care about is that volume is coming in, buying volume, big buying volume. And patterns forming. So it does look like we're breaking out of this triangle right now. And this may get a new push for a new high a day, a new high a year here in a second, because it is pushing up. A lot of sellers at 750. See if they start getting taken out, though. Some of them got taken out a little bit. If it's hit 750 again, I think it's going to go on another move. We're going to get frisky again. And we're hitting 750 right now. Yep, there it goes. Another frisky move. New high a year there up at 770. Let's see if 750 starts holding that support. $750 trying to start holding that support. And this has been just a beautiful play. Just a beautiful play from start to finish. Just predictability. And it'd be nice if the market stays like this. If we get predictability like this on these stocks, we can make some really nice money. Let's see. It looks like it's going to try to test 775 maybe again. You can see we're kind of getting another little flag. Another little triangle flag here on the 1 minute. And then it just pushed right through 775. New high day of 785. We're going to get up to 8 on this. Is this going to push to 8? We might push to 8 here. I mean, at this point, there's nothing. Let me look back on the max chart. Let's see if we got anything. 832.
So this may push up to 8, and then 832 would be the highest it has ever been. That would be the highest the stock price has ever been. So, I mean, we're really, really pushing the boundary here if we get up to 8. Like, I'm either going to lock out this 20 shares here in a second if it looks like it's going to start selling off, or I'm going to lock it out at 8, because 8 is going to be, I mean, we're really pushing it. Unless this thing just goes supernova ballistic, but I mean, it's got to be getting tired though. I mean, there's already you can see it pushed right up to that 787, that high again. I mean, 100 million shares already traded and counting, up 230%. Like, this shouldn't have too much left. And there we go. Popped right up to 8. We're going to try to break 8. Are we going to add? Is this? What a rip so far. Yeah, we're going to break through 8 right here. Look at this. God, this might hit a new high. A new high ever. No, getting rejected there at 8:15. You know what? Big buyer there at 775 trying to hold this up. You know what? I'm happy with this profit. I'm gonna lock it out. So, $100 invested, what, 270 or something like that. So about 30-40% gain on the day. I'm out. I'm out of it completely. I made $100 on this stock. So about 30-40% gain. Had the 15% gain yesterday. So far this week, man, we're back and we're killing it. We'll see if I can keep up this momentum the rest of the week. But man, what a rip. What a rip on this stock. And it still might keep going. I mean, look at it. Look at it here. It may make a new high. It may make a new high that it's never had before. I mean, volume is pretty heavy. Buying volume still got control of this at the moment. You can see $8 starting to try to hold a support. Yeah, it does. It does look kind of strong, like it may try it. But it just pushed to a new high, 820. I think it did. New high of the day at 820, and it's going to push through that. So 832 is max high. And look at that new high on this stock. New high, all the way up to 850. Oof, really ripping hard. This might go parabolic. Pushing up to 9. This might go parabolic. Look at this. Look at this. If buying volume keeps coming in here, this is going to be a supernova. Woof, look at this. All the way up to 966. What a monster. What a monster. Man, I hope some of you guys got in on this and killed this. I'm happy with my little profit, my little $100 profit, but man, this is what I like to see. This gets me excited to trade. You know, we've not had the big supernova moves that much this year, and you know, we've had them kind of off and on. COVID made the market kind of wonky, but predictable supernovas like this is, you know, this is pretty nice. I mean, I still don't know if I consider a supernova yet. It has ran from 350 all the way up to 960, so that is a pretty big move. It's a $6 move. So yeah, I mean, it's a baby supernova. It's a little guy, And the day's not done yet. No plans to trade in Dow Jones? What do you mean by that? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Do you mean actually trading the Dow Jones? If this breaks over 10, there is a good possibility that it could turn into a grandpa supernova. Because I mean, there's at this point there's nothing holding it back. There's no resistance anywhere. There's no past chart history resistance. Like $10 is going to be your next natural, really, really strong resistance. And if it breaks over that, I have no idea how high it could keep going. I doubt it's going to go to like $100 or anything, but it could possibly go up to 11, 12 if it breaks 10. Now it's got to, it's consolidating right here. It is a ways off the 9 EMA, so it could pull back down to there. You're talking options? Like I'm not sure why. I'm not like I don't want to be rude. So don't take this the wrong way when I say this, but why would you want to trade the Dow Jones when this stock just ripped from $3 all the way up to $9.66? The Dow Jones costs like what, 20-something thousand to trade, maybe with options lower or whatever. But you got a stock here that just nasty, predictably rip $6. You got way less money you can invest. Like I don't see why you'd want to trade the Dow Jones. Like, are you thinking that it's going to keep popping up, or are you thinking that it's going to? Are you trying to short it? Like, what are you like? You just saying trade it. I don't really know. Like, not really giving me a lot of details on what you're trying to say. I mean, it is in a downtrend if you're trying to short the market, but like I was saying yesterday, with the election being a little wonky and crazy and still not actually over yet, the market could be crazy. So I wouldn't personally want to trade anything like that at the moment. I'd rather trade a cheap penny stock that runs 285% than trade the Dow Jones, but it's just me personally. Look at here, another triangle forming on this. And if it breaks this triangle, this is going to be another rip. It looks like it's getting close to that point. It's either, this is going to be the fourth triangle. It's like the fourth or fifth triangle on this stock. Let's see if this breaks. I'm gonna give the stream about 10-15 more minutes here. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, or ideas, get those in. I'm gonna watch this guy a little bit longer. Like, if you are not watching GTEC from 8:45 till now, or trading it like I was and some of us was, then I don't know what else you'd be looking at. Because this is where all the eyeballs have been. All the eyeballs. Everybody's eyeballs. Retail traders, everybody. Their eyeballs is on this. 111 million so far in volume. You do have 67 million there, but nothing really going on with it. Just a slow climb. Oh, so look, that triangle. So finally a triangle cracked here. So it may be done for now. I may have to consolidate. NIO, what's NIO doing? NIO ripping again. NIO had a pullback. Somebody was asking me yesterday if NIO would ever stop going up, and I said yeah, it'll pull back down eventually. It pulled back down today. Pretty nice pullback too. I'm sure some shorters made some money there, shorting it down from 45 down to 38. Pretty good rip, or not rip, but pretty good short there on NIO. If anybody did go short, running in that $45 resistance, and now it's having a little bounce. Got in low on NIO. Are you talking about you got in today down here in this area? They just buy the bounce off the 9? Or are you talking about you've been in NIO for a while? Oh, you got it. Hey, it's not a bad trade. I mean, that's a pretty good predictable trade there. NIO getting shorted out all the way down to the 9 and then bouncing off the 9. So pretty good trade. Buying off of support, looking for the bounce. It doesn't get easier than that. Yeah, bounce off today's low, yeah. And you can see even if you wasn't using indicators and you were just going naked charts, you could look back right here and you can see where there was resistance. It broke through that resistance, bounced off that line, as support, then it broke back through, was resistance again, held up, broke through, held up support, bounce, bounce, bounce. This one almost came down and bounced, so even if you had no indicators and you were just naked charting it, you could see that area right there would probably be a good bounce area. So nice play, nice job on that. Very nice. And let's see, GTEC just hit $10, so let's see if it breaks over $10, and then I'm going to call it a day. Because it's going to test right here. Did you lock in your profit in on NIO already? Because you can see if you draw this downtrend line, you're getting ejected off of the downtrend, so unless it comes back up and breaks through that bounce could be over with. Nice. That's pretty safe. That's a pretty safe trade there. Because if it doesn't break through that, it's going to keep selling off. I mean, it could break through that. I don't know. I'd have to sit here and watch the price action for a little bit because I really haven't watched NIO at all today. I haven't watched anything but GTEC. Got 975 still holding up as some resistance. I think if it breaks 975, you may see this pop over 10 here soon, but it is way off the 9. The 9 is all the way back down here at 790. Like, I don't know how much more this could possibly have. This has been a nasty rip all day. Let me see. Let me adjust my line there a little bit. My line's a little crooked. There we go. Hey, if you're new to trading, that's the best thing to do is play it safe. The name of the game is surviving. You want to keep your losses small. Try to let your winners run. But you would just want to keep hanging in there. So playing it safe is a good way to go. Don't want to get too risky. Even as you gain more and more experience, you'll see like bounce plays like you took is always a pretty good safe bet. Sometimes they don't work out, but as long as you got your stop loss tight, either mentally or an actual limit order, whatever. That's the key to trading, is keeping the losses low, keeping the losses small, and winning just a little bit more than you lose. And if you continue to survive in the market, eventually you'll start getting good enough where you start knocking out profits. Every day, every other day, and build account slowly. But you got your head on your shoulders from what I can tell from that NIO trade. That was a pretty good trade. We can see here GTEC starting to break out of this triangle on the 1 minute, but we did see back here where it did get rejected and pushed back down. But it's the triangles on the 5 minute that were the ones that popped. Where we got the big green candles out of those triangles. Let's see here, it's slowly creeping up. This might break over 10 here. Let's see if it tests 10. Got some resistance at 990. Hey, that's all right, man. You got all the time in the world. The stock market isn't going anywhere. That's the thing. People get too excited. When they find out about it, they start learning, they get too excited, and they want to dive in and start making money right away, and then they jump the gun and they lose their account and blow their account up and get upset and think that it's a scam and all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of scamminess in the stock market for sure, but just if you're trading smart, then you're avoiding any scams and not buying self-proclaimed gurus courses and stuff. But yeah, you just want to take your time. So it takes time. It's not a get rich overnight type of thing. I say this all the time. And no matter what those gurus on Facebook and YouTube ads tell you, is not a get rich quick type of thing. It's just not. They don't really exist. Like, to get rich, it's a grind, it's a hustle, it's a mind state. That every successful entrepreneurial has. They keep their bodies healthy, keep their mind healthy. They don't do a lot of going out and partying and hanging out with friends. They're always on the grind. Man, sometimes you grind and you grind a year out of your life, you sacrifice and you get rich real quick. Sometimes you got obstacles in your way. It might take you 2, 3 years, maybe 5 years, maybe even 10 years. But as long as you stay on that grind, stay on that path, you'll get there at some point. You're gonna get knocked down. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like I said, you want to stay mentally healthy as a trader as well. So you're working an 8 to 5 job. You're putting a lot of energy towards that. Uh, I don't know if you are. You might have an easy 8 to 5 job. Who knows? But either way, you're still working eight to five. Probably 5 days a week, maybe more. So it is a lot of energy you're still putting forward, even if your job is easy. So don't over do it with the learning and stuff. Like I said, you got plenty of time. Like you said, you're not rushing. I know you want to learn it as fast as you can, but don't make it such a priority that it affects your mental health, because you want to keep your mental health in very good shape, because day trading takes a toll on your mental health. That's why I was on such a hiatus. Part of the stress of being an entrepreneur, when you're not taking care of your mental health, you can have some bad anxiety and mental breakdowns. So, well, that's good. At least it's not killing you. But yeah, don't make it such a priority. Like, I'm not telling you not to learn stuff. I'm just saying don't overdo yourself. Like, don't push yourself too hard. Like, there's a fine balance that smart entrepreneurs find, where you're sacrificing, you're working hard, you're grinding, but then you're also taking a little time here and there for yourself to go fishing, or maybe take your girlfriend, your wife, or whatever out to the movies, or maybe you like to paint, whatever it is you like to do as a hobby. Make sure you still have that hobby, that you can go away from day trading for a little bit. Like, if you take a bad loss, just figure out why you took the bad loss, and then go and do your hobby or your meditation or whatever it is, and get away from day trading for that day for a little bit, and then come back, start fresh the next day. But mental health is very important. Something I've not really talked a lot about on my channel, because I didn't really think that that it would bother me as much as it has. But not taking care of myself mentally caused me some issues, so that's why I harp on it now. You just don't want to overstress yourself, basically. The brain is a powerful tool and muscle, just like anything else. And if you're working out your biceps and you lift too much, you can wear that muscle out, tear it, rip it, all that stuff. So same thing with your brain. You use your brain too much, you're gonna wear it out. So you gotta have that hobby or whatever to let your brain relax. There you go, man. You got a good head on your shoulders. You're gonna do good, man. You just keep up the attitude, keep up what you're doing. You got it. You got it. With that type of attitude, I think you got a good chance of getting to wherever you're trying to go. So keep up what you're doing. Well, all right, guys. Good job to everybody who made some profits today. Couple of places to make some profits, but NIO was the big daddy today, moving from $3.20 all the way up to $10. Could possibly still keep moving, but who knows at this point. It's up 300%. So if you are still trading it, just be careful. Know that at any time shorters could take over this stock, because this has been a massive run. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time.